Conor flew off the handles.
And all stemmed from that whole Paul Hughes thing with the Khabib Nurmagomedov when he was like, I'm not like that other guy, you know, I'm different. So it stemmed from that. And it just got
did Khabib tweet this?
No, this is Conor's tweet. But, you know, like, I think Usman Nurmagomedov and Paul Hughes fought. Paul Hughes is like the next big thing in Irish MMA.
So good.
Yeah.
His takedown offense is unreal.
He did extremely well against him as well.
Extremely well.
But then they had this, like, you know, conversation afterwards.
But Conor was kind of poo-pooing on him, right? He wasn't bigging him up.
But they were cool before.
Yeah, he was like, I looked up to you, man. I don't get this. What's the highlight part up there, Jim?
This is what Conor said after he heard Paul Hughes talking to Nurmagomedov.
McGregor saw the clip and responded and deleted X post. He always deletes it. It's like,
I know.
Too right. You're not. The former UFC champion followed his Schaub with more insults, telling Hughes to get the flag off. You little know what you are.
The
C word from up there.
From Northern Ireland. It's like a...
Yeah, they got problems.
But the clip was just very like, it's cool. It's like, I'm not like that guy. I respect, you know, all you guys. Because, you know, obviously Conor doesn't seem to respect the Dagestanis, right? So,
yes.
So, yeah. And then they're talking about how, like, you know, if they would have their kids, you know, fight, who would be the better, you know, fighters. And then they went back and forth. It stemmed from that, but then it got crazy because Conor ended up tweeting this.
15 minutes, I done Addo in 15 seconds. Show yo wife, N-word. Show yo kids, N-word. Did Dana say anything about this?
I didn't hear anything.
Nothing. Cousin effing, mother effing, hiding mother effing. Show us you and your cousin's kids together because we have kids in Ireland that want to smoke them in competition. Are they competing or what are you saying? Ireland versus Dagestan? What's your offspring? We can't wait to see them. The best of Dagestan offspring? Dagestan, what do we think? Is this true? Who's next? Because Fatso with the coach whistle won't fight. Who won the fight designated this F bitch as master father. Certainly not his own father. Yeesh. And they all know it in Dagestan. Dagestan thinks you are pussy lips for retiring. I don't think so. Real Dagestan is forever. You are laughed at behind your back in Dagestan. Lazy you are, they say. Fight me and make $100 million and give it to the entire village of Dagestan, but you won't. Why? Fat, lazy, scared biatch, lazy fatso.
I should remember we did talk about how Khabib was saying about Ireland doesn't have that, you know, great fighters or something like that. So that's also part of this as well.
Yeah, probably pissed Conor off. My thing is with Conor, it's like he's talking about Ireland, which includes North and South, right? You got Paul Hughes, who's this amazing talent, probably the best talent to come out since Ian Gary out of there. Ian Gary's a little tricky because, right, he represents Brazil too. He kind of fucked that up and took his wife's middle name, whatever. Paul Hughes, like the next, he's the guy. I know he's not in the UFC. I wish he was, but he's like the next guy. And then Conor's putting him down. Like Conor doesn't build these guys up. You know, that's the bummer. His thing with Khabib would hold so much more leverage if he beat him. You know, he did great against him, better than most people against Khabib. Don't get it twisted. Like, and he was injured and fucking around for that fight camp, and you know, say what you want. Like, he did work in that fight.
For the audio listeners, Brendan's reading Conor's.
He mentioned young fighters in nation versus nation context. So now the children he has with a cousin wife are targets for said competition, as are my own gorgeous, healthy children. We are ready for this war. Islands fighters are training hard, and believe me when I say this.
Let's show more. This is never over. That's what he said. Oops.
Yeah, the problem is they fought and it was over. You know? It'd be one thing if they never fought and we're always wondering what would happen, but they fought.
This is interesting as well. He was saying, you know, he married his cousin, but then their country's, you know, their area is so small. It's like there's going to be some sort of blood, you know, connection.
Lap over.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know how true this is. That's just what I'm reading.
I know. Yeah, I don't. The whole thing is weird. Conor just takes a different level, but this is fine. Dan's like, "Do you, dog?"
I don't know.
But
what
if he
it
had a
was.
Dagestanian boss who owned the UFC, guaranteed he comes out and says something. I think you just it's tough. If Dana, you can't just say something all the time.
this was
Now,
like,
I'll tell you what's going to happen. I will promise you this, and who knows if Strickland's going to abide by this recommendation. Guarantee you the brass at UFC's telling Strickland, bud, we just dealt with a whole shit storm because Bryce Mitchell said some wild shit. Do you, but be cool. Leading into this fight against DDP, be fucking cool. I don't know if Strickland can, you know?
he's been pretty chill as of late, though. I haven't seen him do anything crazy.
Have you seen some of his tweets? I mean, Strickland's against Strickland. You know, that's why people love him. But they're telling him, like, hey, dude, do your thing, but also don't do your thing. Let's see if Strickland listens. Yeah, Conor gets dark with it, man.
Yeah.
He just hates Dagestan so much, doesn't he?
I think he's just in a weird place, man. He's just
He's in a tough spot.
drugged out, I think.
He's in a
without
tough
doubt.
spot.
Yeah.
He's in a very tough spot. What do you think, Case? We're the McGregor
I know. I
fans
was
here.
talking to Case about that, too.
Yeah, we were talking about it's just it's a bummer. It's just like I was telling Chin, I used to like throw on all of his training stuff on the YouTube and on the treadmill, and I'd be like training. I don't have any of that anymore. All the Conor stuff is all bad for years. It's like it's not as inspiring anymore. It's just dark and like dumb.
Yeah. Like I said, if he would have beat Khabib, it's like, all right, do your thing, rub it in. But he didn't. So it's just, you know, like, won't you fight me, you pussy? It's like, you guys fought, man. We've seen it. Unfortunately, he lost. He put up a good showing. I'll give you that. A great takedown defense. Okay. But we've seen it. If he would have beat him or if it never happened, like, this might have more gravity. Conor's in a tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, like the last positive Conor thing we had, if you're a Conor fan, was him beating Cowboy in 2021.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's been 4 years. It's just all bad.
It's been all bad. And apparently in Ireland, his name's just like wrecked. He's like O.J. Simpson out there, you know? But in America, like most people aren't even paying attention to any of this. The whole, you know, that his whole trial and all, like they have no clue. They have no clue. And then he's not fighting Jake Paul. He's not fighting Logan Paul. Like that's not happening. I don't know. It's probably over. And then Dana at the press conference, they asked him, he's like, it used to be like he'd give you a little carrot, dangle it. So he'd be like, oh, here we go, a little hope. He's like, I don't know, man.
Yep.
Even
Exhausted.
he's just, I fucking know.
Yeah.
It's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah, the potential Chandler stuff was fun for like, I mean, we milked that for like a year.
Yeah, that gave us hope for about a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, that's not happening, is it? I don't know.